How's it going, YouTube? This is Andrew Wagner here with Walter's Mercedes-Benz of Riverside, and I'm going to be introducing to you the brand new 2019 Maybach S650. And here in front of us, again, as we just mentioned, is the Maybach. This particular vehicle does have everything under the sun, not to mention performance and every single luxury item that Mercedes-Benz has to offer in our entire lineup offered here inside this vehicle. So nice thing about this car is we're not gonna be short on any options to go over today. This vehicle is a new style in the last several years. We did have previous Maybachs that stopped in the late 2010 category and have now redesigned into our S-Class setup. This particular model does have a very large set of features on it. Some of the most distinct options are going to be the Mercedes logo is now here versus a triple M. However, you will now have Maybach distinctions across the front, a different front grille with straight kind of lines on it with the in-between crossbars in the back, and you will notice that the vehicle does have a very elegant chrome front end on the vehicle versus any of the AMG line packages that will have a little bit more of the black accents. This particular vehicle is still going to come equipped with all of our safety features, which will include the driver's assistance package. You will have night view assist on this particular vehicle and even magic sky control as well. Vehicle does have all of your LED lighting across the front, just like the S-Classes have traditionally. This is all going to be adaptive for you. Windshield is going to have the sensors in the front for the driver's assistance package, just like some of our other S-Class models. In addition to that, this vehicle will be a V12 with over 600 horsepower and over 700 foot-pounds of torque. So whether you just want to cruise and relax or actually get on the vehicle and give it quite a bit of gas, either one, this vehicle is definitely going to have a lot of power for you. This vehicle will have our 20-inch multi-spoke wheel on it. This is a non-AMG line package wheel. This is going to be more of a traditional look, and this vehicle's wheel will come in an alloy style finish. This particular model does have the turn signal markers in the mirror. You do have your keyless go system as well, panoramic sunroof. A noticeable difference on the Maybach, again, because it's more luxury based, will have the chrome stainless steel style finish on the doorposts versus a black gloss look. This vehicle will have the Maybach logo across the back of the vehicle as well, which will be the 3 M's for the vehicle. And in addition to that, you will notice across the bottom there, you will have a chrome trim. These are all distinctions that are gonna be just on the Maybach and available as options on the S-Class sedans and other variations. All right, as we step on under the hood here, you will notice this vehicle again is our V12 variation. This is actually going to be one of my favorite vehicles in our entire lineup. This car is going to have a 6-liter engine that is a V12, which is something you really do not see anywhere in the market on any continent. This particular vehicle does have 621 horsepower, 738 foot-pounds of torque, and this is paired with our 7G transmission. This particular model does have a very, very, very smooth acceleration up any hills, heavy loads. Downhill on this particular vehicle, as far as its driving dynamics and downshifting, is very, very comfortable, which is going to maximize the comfort to the person in the back seat of the vehicle, which this is traditionally a chauffeured model. So again, this vehicle will have over 600 horsepower, 6-liter motor, and over 730 foot-pounds of torque, all paired in our beautiful V12 engine. As we come around the back of the Maybach here, this vehicle does have that traditional chrome striping going ahead and continuing throughout the back. So you will notice that it will have the stripping here. You will have our standard chrome stripping here. Again, this is the S650 model because they do make a 560, not to confuse you. So this will be our true V8 big brother, which will be on our V12 platform. Maybach logos here across the back, so for exact distinction. And then on this particular vehicle, you will have, of course, our dual exhaust setup. You will have the parking system all the way across the back as well, which will be part of the surround view cameras that we've been mentioning in a lot of our videos. With the simple kick of a foot, click of a button, or the handle here, we can go ahead and open the trunk. This vehicle is not going to have any shortage of room in the trunk. One of the very nice things about the Maybach is there will also not be any storage distinctions without having tons of pillows. You will have as much comfort in this vehicle as possible. They're all going to come pre-sealed with the Maybach logo across them. There's as many pillows as you could possibly sleep people in a home in the back of these vehicles that come with it. So you will have back support, head support pillows, and everything in between. This vehicle does come custom with velour style floor mats with all the stitching that you would want to match all the exclusive stitching on the inside of the vehicle. And then of course, again, we can use a foot, a click of a button, or the handle to close this. Once the trunk is open, however, we can push, for example, the lock button, which will still close this. Give it a second, the lights will flash, vehicle locks for you, or you can just push the electronic trunk closer. All right, as we lounge here in the back of the Maybach, you will notice that this vehicle does have the full rear entertainment package system here into the back of the vehicle. This setup will have the full reclining seating. You will have all of the exclusive interior inside the vehicle, and all of our packages that you can be offered in the back of the S-Class is offered as a standard here inside the Maybach. Starting off with your center console areas closest to me, you will have the Maybach logos here in the center. You will have storage here into the middle as well. These do have folding tray tables that will come out similar to a first class airplane that will go ahead and clip upwards here. These will clip into place and will be a little bit stiff because they will clip half or front with these tabs here, whether you want to store stuff on top of it or actually use the tab in the table here. This will allow you to go ahead and store an iPad, a tablet, a computer. You will have all of your cell phone charging wireless from here, so simple enough whether you're Android or Apple. As long as your phone has wireless capabilities, you can set it there in the cradle and it's already charging now as we speak. This vehicle will allow you to clip this back down and operate basically your rear office or entertainment system very easily. In addition to that, this vehicle does allow you to flip up all of these settings quite simply and quickly and store everything back. Something that'll be a little bit more difficult you the viewers to see, but is inside the vehicle here in the center. You will have an HDMI cable, dual USB ports, and you will actually have a real wall plug style charger with a dual prong here into the center as well. And then here on the back, you will have extensions of the leg support underneath the back of your calves. You will have support for the rear of your heels, so even someone my height that's 6'2" can lean completely back and fully extended. This vehicle does have controls for the seat in front of you to adjust it. You do have remotes for the back of the TVs here. They are touch as well as far as the power on and off. You have the Burmeister 3D surround sound system. So we've mentioned this a few times before. Up in the ceilings, you're gonna have 3 different speakers. You're gonna have speakers in the front, the door panels, the back behind me, and also in the lower panels here as well. This vehicle does have an awesome system, has several different sounds of listening, from easy listening to live, to surround sound, to 3D surround, and much more. This vehicle does have a full leather bonded roof in comparison to our Dynamica style interior, which is the performance style suede. You also have heated and cooled seating. Again, as we mentioned, these controls will move and adjust the chauffeur style seating in front of you. This vehicle is pictured on the inside with the black piano lacquer flowing wood lines here on the side, and you do have ambient color lighting, as you notice here beneath the bezels, that will change over 64 different colors throughout the entire cabin. This vehicle has all of its own rear air conditioning systems that you can go ahead and adjust from there. In addition to that, you do have storage here in the center console. You have storage in the front, dual cup holders. These will be heated and cooled cup holders. In addition to that, we do have adjustable rear AC systems here, as well as the post having air conditioning systems. One thing this vehicle does have for additional storage is here below my left elbow. You will have additional storage on the inside back here. This is optional to go ahead and have a rear refrigerator system in there that we beveled out with 2 champagne flute style ridges to set champagne or glasses of alcohol, water, whatever may have you, here into the back of the vehicle. This model is not pictured with it. However, that is the one option that would be different compared to what we're looking at now and the rest of the Maybach vehicles. You will also have all of your exclusive trim on the back of the vanity mirrors. This vehicle does have dual panoramic roofs up above my head. And again, you will have shades here behind me, shades here next to me, that are all able to be controlled from the window here as well. Makes it very easy and simple to use, and that will go ahead and summation the back of the Maybach. All right, stepping into the front of the Maybach, this vehicle definitely has a lot of fun stuff up here in the front as well. So whether someone's chauffeuring someone in the back seat or being the driver, this vehicle definitely has plenty of fun to be had in the front or back. Again, Maybach logos here in the very front and also on our center console. This vehicle does have the continued Burmeister 3D surround sound system in the front of the vehicle as well as up top. You will have our traditional new touchpad system here through the steering wheel, so we can use the left-hand side to go through various different screen options and change the configurations of what they look like. we can still go ahead and use the right-hand side settings to go through our radio functions and various settings here in the center 12.3-inch display screen. In addition to that, this vehicle does have all of the autonomous driving style features. So once we have cruise control on, we can simply click up and it will have lane keeping assist, steering assist, and also adaptive cruise control features able to be used. These are standard features here inside the Maybach. This vehicle also does have heated and air conditioned seating here in the front of the vehicle for both sides of the passenger and driver. And we also do have functions to adjust the front seat for a chauffeured passenger in the back, similar to the setting that I moved the front seat from the back seat. You will also have paddle shifters here in the back, so if you want to go ahead and shift this V12 and do it aggressively, you are always more than welcome to. This vehicle does have an air suspension system like all S-classes do, to where you can click down on that button. It will raise the vehicle up to give you a little bit more travel in the suspension and a softer ride quality. The vehicle does have our sport mode, eco mode, and also a curve setup, so that way if you're going around curves or angling around anything, this vehicle does have an active body control system, so it can predetermine bumps in the road, dips in the road, various different things. So the suspension will go ahead and get itself ready for that impact. These might be things you might have been seeing on MBUSA on our new GLE soon to come out. So again, these are various different settings you can adjust here. You can change the ride height. You also, in addition to that, for functions in the front of the vehicle, have massaging seating and multi-contour style seating. So while I'm driving as the chauffeur or the passenger, I have 6 different massage settings. I also have settings to bolster in or bolster out the sides of the seating here. I can change the shoulders and a couple other different functions of the heating of this exact seat. So the biggest thing about the Maybach is this vehicle is going to mold to the passengers versus the passengers having to select a car that fits them. So what I mean by that is all of your seating, all of your driving functions, all of your luxury functions are going to really be custom tailored and fit to exactly what you, the client, are looking for. This vehicle does have a beautiful navigation system like we've been noticing in our new Mercedes setup. That again is the center screen here. You can also display portions of this navigation system across this screen here in a reconfigurable platform. Again, this vehicle will have full voice commands, so whether you want to use Apple CarPlay, Android Auto with the simple plug-in of a Android or Apple phone, you can also go ahead and push the button up, talk to the vehicle as well for various different voice commands, and that could be simply making a phone call, changing climate controls. You can go ahead and navigate to a particular area, and quite a bit more, all by voice. This vehicle again does have our piano flowing wood lines across the entire cabin, dual zone air conditioning. In addition to that, we do have dual charging points inside of here, as well as an SD card port. And in the center console here, we also do have a wireless charging pad. So if the cell phone is better fit here versus inside the cup holders, this does charge as well. This vehicle does have everything from all of our navigation functions, all of our seating functions customizable, dual display screens, upgraded sound systems to the highest quality that Mercedes-Benz offers, all of our exclusive trim, and quite a bit more. One thing I don't want to forget is that you do have a night vision assist system, simple and easy. You push it, what does it do for you? It will display what's ahead of you in a darker kind of night style night vision function, and it helps you see quite farther up ahead, maybe in a dark setting, darker area, or even if you simply just maybe can't see as well at longer distances. This helps zoom in a little bit and at a little bit better precise accuracy of what's in front of your lane. Maybe you live in a wooded area and there's maybe deer, various different things, or it's just simply dark outside. This vehicle also does have another safety function such as heads-up display. Displays across the front windshield here will show you what speed limit it is in the area that you're in, what the distance as far as miles per hour that you're traveling is, and also the direction of travel. You can change these things to very small things as far as what's being displayed, but those will be your main functions as far as offerings. Other than that, this vehicle does have, again, every single feature we offer minus that rear refrigerator, and we'll have all the features as far as performance that you can really get into. Do not forget, this vehicle, once shifted into drive, is not going to be any boat of a vehicle to drive. This will be a V12 performance machine, and that is one of the largest questions we always hear, is that, is the vehicle actually fast? It is quite fast. So do not forget, this car goes great as far as speed, luxury, and all the comforts. We look forward to showing you more. All right, we're stepping into the front of the vehicle, and obviously as we're driving, so some of the functions we're going to go over today is going to be the basic functionality of what the larger items a driver would use inside the Maybach. Being the fact that we are driving, we won't be able to showcase as much in the back of what I can do. However, I can change anything in the front. So what I'll do is if I'm driving the vehicle and I don't want to be distracted, I can simply go ahead and push up on a voice command button. 95.1. That will go ahead and have already changed the radio station. I have the volume turned down, by the way, for all the viewers so that way you can hear me better. We'll change the station no matter what you're doing. So if we're on navigation and driving the vehicle, want to make a simple phone call, a voice command to change the radio, or even send a text message, depending on what function you like, that will be one click up with the voice command button. Makes it very easy. Another great feature is the fact that I can use these touch pads, which I have in my own personal car in both of them, that I think are a very underrated feature. I find that a lot of people are distracted as drivers and tend to have to look down and reach for things and maybe not being paying attention too good to what's in front of you. So I can go ahead and use this touchpad. I can slide over. I can maybe click enter into a destination that's maybe pre-saved or even a point of interest, whichever makes it easier for you. One of the really nice things about this vehicle is also the autonomous style driving features. So whether we're on a side street like this or even on the freeway, if you want to keep your car positioned within the lanes, also keep it centered in the lane perfectly, as well as going around a little bit of curves that maybe the car's steering for you a little bit, we can go ahead and activate that through our cruise control function here by turning it on. You will notice a small tab on the front of the screen here that'll show your cruise control symbol there. After we pass the stop sign, I could put the vehicle whichever desired speed we want, click down on the set button, and basically this is going to go ahead and do all the functions that we'd ask for. So as I set the vehicle now, I am going to go ahead and click up the distances of the vehicles a little bit farther. I'm going to click up the speed to 45 miles an hour. As I let go of the steering wheel, which is not recommended at all, you want to keep your hands on it, it will know that I'm coming up to another vehicle or object. It's already slowing me down without me doing anything. It knows that that light is not going to do anything for us. It knows that the objects in front of us are. So it's more concerned on this truck in front of us and our safety as a passenger. If I want to go ahead and click resume or set again, I can do that. I can click up the features as quick as we want to. It will only accelerate to the amount of car lengths that we have set in front of us. So I'm going to keep the car lengths maximized just for safety purposes. Again, you want to keep your hands on the wheel at all points in times for safety purposes. The vehicle will notice if you have your hands on the wheel or not and will alert you. Again, as we come up to this truck here, this vehicle is slowing us down. It knows that there's a vehicle in front of us. It will come to a more abrupt stop and it will go ahead and continue driving at whatever speed that we left off at. So this is a very easy function to use whether you're in traffic, you're in the freeway, you're driving on a side street, or maybe if you're just going a longer distance drive, whatever works best for you, this function is very great. Also keep in mind, this particular function is always looking out for you. If you're coming out of a lane and maybe not paying attention, it will bring you back into the lane. It will alert you as well and provide a lot of value for overall safety for everybody inside the vehicle. One thing to keep in mind as well is this particular vehicle, when traveling in a lane and you turn the turn signal on those functions, it will actually double check for who's next to you in the blind spot and actually travel over one lane for you when it's safe to do so. The vehicle will have everything that will adjust. So we have a tilt telescopic steering wheel that'll come up, down, in, and out. Again, we have a full panoramic roof inside the vehicle. So if you want to open up the cabin a little bit, maybe on a bright and sunny day like today, you can do that. And also in addition to that, all of our phone functions for phone calls coming in, once they're in, we can click up or down, again, with those hands safely positioned here on the wheel, and we can also see who's calling us. One thing we'll be able to do under safe conditions, because we won't ever be speeding in any of our videos, I'll show you a little bit of the acceleration off of the stop sign here. We'll go ahead and let these folks go ahead and go past us. And even from the get-go, the vehicle will accelerate to 45 miles an hour about a moment, and this is also a 6,000 pound plus vehicle. So again, as we're mentioning, this V12 will have no lacking of power, but will move quite quickly in a smooth manner. Also coming up to, again, a stop sign, it's never ever recommended to take your hands off the wheel, but if I briefly push down on the pedal, it will still go ahead and decelerate smoothly in its RPMs, but also should I ever go ahead and more abruptly push down on the pedal, the vehicle and everybody inside of it smoothly decelerates versus having anybody in the cabin move too much. So basically what I'm getting at is this car, again, will have great acceleration, great speed, very good braking, very good turning and performance and responsiveness, but in a very smooth manner to keep everything inside here a luxury feel and luxury overall look. All right, YouTube, thank you very much for watching today. We always greatly appreciate it. This was our 2019 Maybach S 650 Mercedes-Benz. Don't forget, everybody on YouTube, to go ahead and click like and subscribe right there so that way you can see all of our content coming out. And don't forget also to click the bell notification just right here below so that way you can see everything as it comes out in a timely manner. Again, have a great day, and this was Andrew Wagner here at Mercedes-Benz of Riverside.